So let's study about epistasis. It's a kind of gene interaction. So in epistasis, one character is controlled by two genes and one gene overmasks the expression of the second gene. The gene that overmasks the expression of the other gene is called epistatic gene, and the gene that is overmasked by the epistatic gene is called hypostatic gene. So two kinds of genes are there, epistatic gene and hypostatic gene. Suppose there are two genes A and B that controls a particular character and A overmasks the expression of B gene, then we can call the gene A as epistatic gene and gene B as hypostatic gene. There are two kinds of epistasis, dominant epistasis and recessive epistasis, based on the type of epistatic gene. If the epistatic gene is a dominant one, we can call it as dominant epistasis, and if the epistatic gene is a recessive gene or the recessive alleles of a gene, then we can call it as recessive epistasis. Okay? So you may be thinking about what's the difference between this epistasis and dominance. In these two cases, that is in dominance and epistasis, one is overmasked or suppressed by the other one. Then let's see what's the difference between these two. In dominance, you know, dominance is related to our Mendelian inheritance, and there one character is controlled by a single gene which has got two different allelic forms, one dominant allele and one recessive allele. There the dominant allele overmasks or suppresses the recessive allele. Think about the monohybrid genotype that you have studied regarding height or tallness, capital T, small t. There these two different allelic forms are the alleles of the gene T. So there the dominant allele capital T overmasks or suppresses the expression of recessive allele small t. That is said to be dominance. But in the case of epistasis, as I told you earlier, here there are two genes and here one gene overmasks the expression of the other one, and these two genes control a single character. So that's the difference between dominance and epistasis. Okay.